Hey plant friend, welcome back to my channel, Houseplant Pixie. For everyone that's new to my channel, my name is Monique and welcome back to my existing subscribers. In today's episode, I'm going to chop up my Monstera Peru. I can't quite remember when I got this plant, but I got it as a one leaf cutting, and I remember one of my friends just collecting it for me because I couldn't pick it up. She's not a plant person, but she calls it the most expensive plant in the world. It's quite funny. It wasn't even that much, but I chopped it a couple of times and then I left it and it's just grown amazing. So the goal is to actually plant some more in the bottom and to have a more bushy plant. So I'm going to show you how to chop it and how I chop this plant. You can apply this to any other plant. I do not recommend, if you haven't got any height mats or additional lighting, please don't chop your plants in winter. Simple, in winter you have a shorter period of light and the plant just can't develop the roots as quickly, and that's why most cuttings fail, and it's simply because it's cold. In winter, we all know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, we have the first sunlight, and 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, it's all finished. So with that additional lighting, it will help. It might fail, let's see what happens. I'm gonna give you an update. Wish me luck. Also, I'm going to Coir. I'm not sure if you heard of them. They actually sent me their product to test out. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a rundown how to use it. And I'm gonna cut, I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna cut it yet, but I think I'm gonna cut 6 leaves off and do 3 with coconut and 3 without it. And I think I'm going for water propagation or perlite. I'm not quite sure yet. Let's see. The only thing I want to include is the tip cutting, because the tip cutting is known to grow a bit faster and develop roots a little bit quicker. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. Alright guys, that's it. So I'm actually not quite sure where I'm gonna cut it, but I show you the old cut. The old cut is just here. That's where I'll cut it before, right there. So I think, so I got this stake. I think I'm gonna cut it somewhere here, and I did say I wanted 6 cuttings, so not including the tip cutting. So when you cut, this is a knot, couple of area roots here. So what we're going to do, you just cut underneath the knot. Same for the next one, underneath the knot, cut here, and this one here will be the tip cutting. You could cut it there, but for the tip cutting I like to keep it 1-2 notes. So I'm gonna lay it over my shoulder. Also, see this here at the end of the roots? That's wallpaper, so it was attached to my wall. Be careful when you have them trailing. And I'm just gonna hold the bottom and chop. I'm gonna put this down. Tie this part up. Also, once you've done the cut, I like to apply cinnamon, ground cinnamon powder, which I will do a bit later. And now we got our so you start chopping there, 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 make sure your secateurs are sharp and clean. And as I said before, you could with the tip cutting, so you got a note here, but I'm gonna keep it with 2 notes. And I leave the tip cutting out because the tip cutting is usually a bit faster growing and will develop roots a bit quicker. Alright, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cuttings. And all I'm going to do is have a separate, that's just ground cinnamon. And all you do, you dip it in. Okay guys, as I mentioned before, this is the coconut. They sent me a sample of this, so this makes up to 25 litre. So the great thing about this is it's organic. There's no chemicals in it. So if your pet gets hold of it, say if Frank sees it when I'm not here and tries it out, it won't hurt him. That's what I love about it. So less chemicals around. So what we're going to do is we dissolve half a tablespoon in 500 ml of water and have the cuttings soak for 1 hour. After you're finished with that, you don't have to chuck that solution out. You can actually dilute it again and water it on your plants. So let's try it out, see what happens. Also, the other important thing to know, once you open the seal, you need to store it in the fridge, because otherwise it will break down and won't do its job. Oh, Frank.
Thinks it's food.
Great thing is I can use my kitchen utensils because it's not chemical. So let's make sure. So I got the 2 containers there. The slightly bigger container I'm going to use for the coconut. Oh, there's a lot of cuttings. Here we go. They're going to get pre-soaked with the coconut, and these guys, I might actually use a deeper vessel. We gotta soak these guys for 1 hour. Make sure that it's all dissolved. And as I said before, Tomorrow is my watering day and I won't be chucking this stuff out. I'm actually going to... So this is not a fertilizer, this is like a growth stimulant. So even though it's winter, it's safe to use on my plants. So 1 hour, not longer. So we take them out in an hour, and I'm going to make up my mind if I actually want to propagate in water or if we're using perlite. I'm not quite sure yet. So I decided to use perlite instead of water. What I like to do with the perlite, it's just sitting in filtered water. Some people like to boil it. I just had it soaked for about an hour or two, and now we're gonna use it. Alright guys, just remember, if you don't have any additional lighting, don't winter propagate, just wait till spring. With the perlite, I filled it up with water to about there, and just make sure that your node is covered in perlite, so the top bits you don't really need to cover. And yeah, let's see how many survive. I'll give you an update in couple months, maybe a bit longer, definitely in 3 months. It will take a bit longer for these to establish roots because it is winter, but let's see how they go. So this is with coconut, this is without. Let's see what happens. I hope you liked this video. I'll see you next time. Until then, stay planty. Bye.